Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon for the latest film interviews, features, and recommendations on the movies that matter. Sriram Raghavan, so good to see you. How are you, Sriram? How are you holding up in these times of lockdown?
I'm good. Hello, Rajeev, and I'm just trying to make sure I look at the lens. Okay.
Right.
So yeah,
this is a whole operation, right? We're learning this as we go. Who'd have thought?
yeah. I rarely talk on Skype except when there's work, and that too there are enough assistants doing all the main stuff. So
Correct. Sriram, what is the last week, 8-9 days been like? What's it been like for you? You've been home, I know. You've been in lockdown at home. Are you able to work? Are you able to stay productive in this time?
well, actually, if you really ask me, this is something I would have I almost dreamt of and wished for, kind of, when nobody will hassle you can just sit and recharge and do your own work and watch movies, read,
Correct.
write, and so on. So when it happened, I was a little unprepared in terms of a few things like stocking on a few of my vices and all that. But
Right.
but it's okay. It's okay. I'm managing, and I have not yet got into a sort of a complete routine, so to say. But
Right.
of last 2-3 days, I've started sort of getting up a little early and wear my shoes and sit, at my desk, so that
Right.
I don't get the temptation to go and laze, sort of thing. And
Right.
you've seen Groundhog Day.
Yeah, of course.
So,
It feels so much like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies, and I think in Groundhog Day, just like that, we can also improve ourselves.
Right. Where every day is exactly the same for the rest of his life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Bill Murray film. It's superb. I don't know
Yeah.
whether it's available on any platform, but
Correct.
it's almost a spiritual movie. It's a comedy, but it's it's a great film.
Right. Sriram, have you been able to do any work? Are you scripting? What stage are you at? I know you start a new film soon in a couple of months. What stage are you at?
See, we actually, kind of various things were happening at the same time. We were preparing for, in terms of production, and all those logistics are quite huge. And
Right.
alongside, I was also sort of improving the script while still doing a certain amount of research, So it was
Okay.
a kind of, I've got a lot of material, I've got various versions of the script. So in a sense, this gap has given me that time to, how do you say, to sort of, keep it aside for a week. And now, also in between, I've been watching a lot of very exciting war films. So sort
Right.
of all those ideas I can just mull, and so it will be very useful to me. I think by 15th, I'll have a better version.
Right. What have you been watching, Sriram? You said you're watching war films, of course, in prep for IKIS, and we'll talk about IKIS in a minute. But what are some of the better war films that you'd recommend?
Well, better war films. I've been watching actually little oddball ones. Of course, we all know about Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan and all that.
And
But
Thin
there's a
Red
great
Line.
French-
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a great French film called Weekend at Dunkirk, made by one of my favorite directors, Henry Verneuil. I don't think it's available anywhere unless you're a kind of a good pirate. But so Weekend at Dunkirk is a terrific film, and it's again the same story as what happens in Nolan's Dunkirk, but done in a extremely French and spectacular way. There's
Okay.
one movie I saw, which is a war movie, which I'd highly recommend if you can find it. And yeah, I've been watching all kinds of things, but the main thing I've been doing, actually, strangely, it's a guilty pleasure. I've been discovering Kishore Kumar, the actor, all those films, of the 50s and 60s.
Right.
We all know Salti Ka Naam Gadi and Jhumru and Padosan, but there are
Correct.
so many more. There's one in which he becomes the Hulk after kind of getting into a fight in a scientist's lab and all that.
Okay.
I've just watched half of that, and he's of course a madcap persona. And
What film is that? Do you remember the name?
Well, I've been watching, I'll tell you, Karodpati, Dal Mein Kala. It's one of these. I can tell you, I can text it to you later. But I've
Okay.
been watching last 3 days. And sometimes some of them are little, kind of, the prints are not great and they are a little tacky and all that. But still, if you're willing to take all that, it's a great discovery. In fact, you should maybe I'll try and write an article on Kishore Kumar's, those odd films, because
Correct.
some of them are really fab.
Yeah. Have you watched anything that's currently streaming? Because that for the rest of us, that's what that's our window into entertainment. The new shows, the new films. Have you seen anything good lately?
See, I saw The Spy, which I'm very I don't kind of keep up with the.
That's the Sacha Baron Cohen one on Netflix, right?
Yeah, that's the one I saw. That's 6 episodes. It's a terrific kind of a piece of work. And there are many I've lined up. I have to see Westworld season 3, and but those are all lined up. I actually sort of in this time I'm trying to watch maybe 2 movies a day, doing some writing kind of thing. I don't want to get into hooked onto some kind of a crazy
Correct.
zone. But
Correct.
so I watch series only when they are highly recommended and so on. So in fact, people should recommend to me.
Right.
So I've still not watched many of them. But yeah, Fargo and those ones I've watched, the ones which are in my zone. But
Right.
I also discovered, I discovered a lot of this open culture documentaries and so on that are available, which are like just videos on the terrific stuff, documentaries, animation films, and so on. So I
Right.
think, I mean, all of us in the business, it's a great time to do our own film appreciation course.
Correct.
I was going to say self appreciation. Sorry, I meant film appreciation.
Right. Right. Sriram, you have this mind that comes up with ideas that are that on the surface, sound so unusual. Whether it's something like Ek Hasina Thi, whether it's something as twisted as Andhadhun. I'm sort of curious to know whether this scenario that we're currently in, this sort of global pandemic, this scenario where we're expected to be at home, locked indoors, stay away from physical contact, does this sort of remind you of films, or does it trigger film ideas?
Definitely triggers film ideas. In fact, there are 2, 3, but I'm sure 10 people are thinking of the same ideas. So I'm trying to, but of course it's a great what do you say? I mean, subject sort of, and one can do all kinds of. I mean, there are so many ideas about. I was thinking, for example, I mean, one story idea I had was, suppose this goes on for say 1 year or 5 years, then what do you do? How do you live? And suppose you decide, okay, you're given a choice, like stay room service all the time, or go out and maybe you got 3 months or something. How would you?
Right.
Stuff like that.
Like a Sophie's choice. Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So I mean, I don't know. Well, that's isn't right, but maybe now I'm just absorbing and recharging and so on.
Right. Do you find that this experience is going to change us? Do you feel like when we come out of this, when the world normalizes, we'll come out different people?
I think so, and I hope so. In the sense, I mean, it's very easy to sort of lapse back, but if it goes on like for a little while, maybe a couple of months, right. I think it's something which will. I mean, it will definitely change me, and sure. I guess a whole lot of people. I don't know about there are a lot of people who are just trying to survive. I don't
Correct.
know how it will change them. They'll have to get back to the regular thing. It's like what happens when something happens in the trains, and then after 2 days it's all back to normal kind of thing. But I think
right.
In a lot of areas, I mean, all this is like we are all wrestling with these things in our head, right now.
Right.
So I think a lot of good things will come out of it.
Right. Now, Sriram, the film that you've announced that you will make is 21. And 21 is the story of the youngest Paramveer Chakra winner. This is a film that Arun Khetrapal is the name of the officer who fought in the Indo-Pakistan War of 1971. We know that Varun Dhawan, who you work with in Badlapur, will be playing that role. What stage is this at, and is your actor preparing? I mean, is your star using this time to prep? Because I read a piece where you said there's a lot of course, physical prep required for this part, but also really understanding the body language, understanding who he was, understanding those times. Is your actor doing his homework?
Well, see, what happens actually, a lot of this preparation for the actor is actually, the body language in terms of, knowing the tank, knowing how to, the life of a soldier in that sense, especially because you're starting at a very young age, and
right.
he was barely an officer for 2 months and he died. And
right.
So knowing the tank, that's the main thing, So, I mean, like with Ayushmann Khurrana, we could give him a piano at home. I wish I could give Varun Dhawan a tank, just sit in that and quarantine yourself,
right.
But well, a tank is a tank, and so that's the kind of prep he has to do actually. And I am not looking at him as a star in this film at all. In fact, for me, I keep telling him, you are a newcomer. Your name is Varun Dhawan. You've done some things, but to me, you're a newcomer, because he has to actually forget all that and just get into there's no performance kind of thing here. It's more
correct.
Like being that person.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that makes sense, but
no, it does. But I'm not sure that someone who's had the kind of success that Varun has can become a newcomer. Should we try to find out from him? Should we see if we can reach out to him and find out? You can find out, Sriram. You can find out whether he's doing his homework. Should we take a shot?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I'd love to meet him and see what he's up to. Yeah.
Okay, let's try. I'm going to try to add him to this call. Let's see if we can get him.
Hey, Rajeev.
Oh, okay. I hear the voice. We don't.
I'm here.
There he is. Okay.
So, I can't see Sriram, but
you can see Sriram. I think at one point you can probably see.
I can see both of you.
You can see both of us. So Varun, before you got on, I was
Yeah.
talking to Sriram about your film 21, which is the film, of course, in which you're playing Arun Khetarpal, the youngest Paramveer Chakra. The soldier who was 21 when he won that posthumously, when he was awarded the Paramveer Chakra. What is the prep, Varun? We are testing you here. What is the prep that you're doing at home? You've got a lot of time suddenly. Are you treating this like a holiday, or are you actually prepping for the job?
It's not really a holiday, I would say, but I've definitely been getting a lot more rest. And I think the last meeting that I had with Sriram was in his office with our action director, who was from Russia, who had come down. And the last thing he told me was that he wanted to take me to Russia and teach me how to fire a machine gun on top of a tank. Obviously, and Sriram's obviously game for that.
Right.
And there were a lot of other army posts that I had to visit, some with Sriram, some without. Obviously, all that seems up in the air. There are a couple of films that Sriram told me to watch, period films, which were like 1958 or 1960s, a lot of foreign language films. Some of them I've seen, and some of them I still have to watch. But yeah, I mean, I have to say, 21 is a film that I'm really passionate about, and I'm very excited to start. But unfortunately, I think we are all in this at the moment. Sriram, what do you suggest I can do?
I was saying, Rajeev, you don't have to do much, because I wish I could give you a tank at home to play with. So I can't do that. So I think you should just watch a lot of films, not just war films. Just watch films and use this like a sort of a film appreciation course for yourself, this time. And I mean, along with other things you do, your gym.
Vidyanand films you can subscribe, you can suggest us.
So many. I mean, ask your dad. I mean, he'll suggest you all the Indian ones. He'll tell you for sure. And there are a lot of foreign ones. He's also from the institute.
From the last 2 days, Dad has been telling me to watch Bicycle Thief and Breathless. And Breathless, though, he's been always saying, watch Breathless. And he wants me to watch the Talented Mr. Ripley, but the original one, the Tony Curtis one.
There's one with Alan Delon. That's the best.
Sorry, the Alan Delon one. Yeah, has it been remade thrice?
Yeah. Purple Noon. That's called Purple Noon. That's a great film. Yeah.
But Varun, what have you been watching? Varun, Sriram gave us a whole bunch of really lovely recommendations. He's revisiting a lot of Kishore Kumar films that Kishore Kumar acted in. What have you been watching apart from the work, for the entertainment, what have you been watching?
So honestly, I'm pretty random in that sense, but I've been hooked on to the morning show.
Yeah,
which is amazing. I think amazingly written and performed. Then I've been watching Frankie and Grace.
Yeah,
which I love. I think
they're so lovely. Those. Sriram, have you seen that?
No, I've not seen that. But
it's Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, and they're so good.
Yeah,
I've not seen that. I'll catch it. I've got a big terabyte full of movies which I have not seen, so I'm good.
You're still old-fashioned that way, Sriram. I'm like that. I have a whole stack of hard drives with a whole bunch of films all labeled alphabetically.
Yeah, and DVDs too. So many in the other cupboard, but I don't know what to do with them. I don't have the heart to throw them away. So they've all been kind of precious. They're all precious at one point of time.
Right.
I wrote a song in this period, which is nothing great, but it was on the lockdown. It was like a small rap that I wrote.
Correct. We saw that. In fact, you made a little video on it as well. You kind of mixed it up with. Do you want to sing it for us?
I think Sriram might recast me in 21 if I sing it.
No, come on.
No, I mean, I'll treat this like an exception because of lockdown.
Okay. You can't go to the public, you can't go to the street, you can't go to the sabji mandi. This is all you can eat. Ghar se nikla to corona hoga. Bahar gaya to corona hoga. प्यार किया तो दिल टूटेगा तो दर्द होगा क्यों? It's a motherfucking lockdown. It's a can I say it? Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically it's a mother beeping lockdown.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing how this time is sort of, bringing out, I'm seeing TikTokers discovering their creativity. Look at Varun kind of rapping, coming up with this. Did you also shoot that video yourself? Did you cut that video yourself, Varun?
I did. I did. I got someone to help me out with it, but
Sure.
primarily I did. But you know what? This actually went into something better, because I'm actually planning to put a show together where, because anyway people are doing challenges, they're doing TikToks, they're doing dancing, they're cooking. So where every week I'll probably throw challenges, and
Right.
some people can do it, and the more likes they get, they can probably win something from that also.
Right.
Win some money or something which I can probably get together. So I'm trying to put this together with the company. I don't say it right now, but yeah.
Right. Okay. I want to ask both of you, because both of you have different lives in that sense. Sriram, you're a bachelor. You live alone, don't you? You live alone, don't you?
It's an eternal
Yeah,
bachelor.
Right now, my mom is here with me.
But I want to ask about the domestic chores. And Varun, you think about it, because I'm going to ask you next. Sriram, are you entrusted with a lot of domestic chores? I mean, who's doing the cleaning and the cooking?
No, I mean, I do that. That's not a problem, because even earlier as to cooking, I mean, I love cooking. So I can't make too many things, but I'm good at making a few things. So I can cook. And right now my mom is here. So I'm actually, I mean, I love her food. And so I am actually hoping to learn some of her recipes, how to make certain pickles and certain kinds of sambar and all that. Maybe I'll do a video of that. Not for public sharing, for myself.
Okay. Varun, are you doing anything more than you usually do? Are you helping out in ways that you didn't normally?
Yeah. So basically, I've stayed alone for 3 years when I was studying in Nottingham. So I would cook a lot at that time, whether it was pasta, whether it was chicken, whether it was a lot of eggs or rice or dal or whatever, So I've started doing that a lot more now. I'm cooking a meal every 2 days. I cook one meal, or I try to at least.
Right.
And I've been trying to read as much as I can. And
have you read anything good lately?
I have actually. I've read something very interesting, something I liked quite a bit, But, we don't know how things are going to be when this opens up, actually, Rajeev. We don't know what kind of cinema people will want to watch, whether, what mood people are in. I'm very sure that Ikkis is a film that people will still want to watch, because it's based on a true life event that happened.
Yeah.
So that's different. But I'm talking about the very commercial, out-and-out commercial masala films that we make. It's going to be a little... there's going to be a lot of soul searching, I think, that needs to be done at that point.
It's interesting you say that, and I want to ask this to both of you. When the world normalizes, when we go back to a normal life, the fact that we've been for so long now, by the time that eventually happens, we would have been kept away from sort of, the collective experience, from physical contact, from, assembling together for so long. Do you think it's going to take some time for us to want to have that collective experience of going back to the cinemas? Or do you think that we're going to be so hungry for it that we're going to, just want to go to the cinema? I mean, what do you think is, because, Christopher Nolan actually wrote a piece about how after this self-isolation and social distancing, we're going to want to engage. We're going to want to love and spend time with other people, and therefore the cinema experience is going to be very vital. Do you believe that to be true, both of you?
Sriram?
I feel, I mean, it all depends on the next couple of months. We do manage to flatten the curve, and they find some sort of antidote, vaccine, whatever, in the next few months or whatever.
Right.
Then, our nature is to go back to, being in a larger groups and so on. But if not, if there is some kind of a delay in that, we'll also get, like I said, used to this, a little bit of being with ourselves, and that will also make us maybe, it'll give us more peace, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. Varun, do you feel like you're saying that the commercial films, one may hold back, but one will be interested in stimulating entertainment. Is that what you're saying?
I feel, my only worry probably right now, looking at this scenario, is that in a way, having this time being at home, and we've actually got people very used to watching OTT.
Yeah.
And watching cinema from your laptop or from your phone, or watching even direct to these OTT platform films. So, and I mean, we were moving towards that anyway, but I think that's got accelerated in this period. So I just hope that doesn't become the first choice. For me, cinema has always been my first love, and I know how much Sriram loves watching films in a big cinema on 70mm as well. So for me, that love is always going to be there. I just feel as I don't know, it's going to be interesting, honestly. As an actor, it's interesting because you can do both, and even as a director. But I think we'll have to just wait and see how this plays out. And Rajiv, honestly, I don't think anyone knows anything at this moment.
Yeah.
We don't know how long it's going to take.
Correct. It's the uncertainty is more than anything else. It's the uncertainty, right? Yeah. But you spoke about 21. I want to ask you, Varun, the other film that you have actually that's lined up for release is your father's film. You've done the Coolie #1 remake, which was originally scheduled for May 1st. Of course, that now is, I would imagine, up in the air. I mean, are there conversations that have been happening at home?
There is, and I think anyone who knows my father, they know how restless he is, how energetic and how passionate he is about his films. But I think nobody can fight nature or God's will or whoever's done this, for that matter. You can't fight it. I think we can't make plans for ourselves because right now the universe is making plans for us.
Right.
So I mean, primarily Coolie #1 is a very happy film. It's a family film. It's an entertaining film. It'll bring a lot of happiness to people. That's the idea with it. So, it was a very difficult film for me to do because I'm playing 6 to 7 characters in the film. I keep changing the different voices, different body language. So I was really challenged as an actor. So I was very excited to get for this to come out. But,
right.
But it's my dad's 45th film. And, he said that sometimes you've got to just leave things to the universe, Varun. We can't plan everything.
Right. Well, I hope you'll find the right date, and one is able to see it in the manner that it's meant to be seen. Yeah. To both of you, before we go, I want to ask that one question: when the world normalizes, when our lives normalize, and we can go back out into the real world, what is that one thing that you're looking forward to doing more than anything else?
I think it's just meeting a bunch of the gang, basically, the few people I'm working with and so on. And just, laughing about it, having a drink. And,
are you going to meet Dino, Sriram, after this opens up?
Dino, of course, I'll meet, but I meant my friends.
Right. Right.
I'm just joking, Dino.
Correct. But you're right. I mean, there's only so much house party and FaceTime and Skype you can do, right? You want to have that. You want to meet them in the flesh.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to just walk around the empty Bombay. That looks fun.
True. I hear you.
Yeah, this is a great premise for a film if you want to write one.
Well, we spoke about that.
We were talking about that. Yeah.
Varun, what about you? What's the first thing that you wanted that you're looking forward to doing?
So I'm 32 years old, and for 31 years of my life, I've had a best friend called Aman Malhotra, who actually lives 5 buildings away from where I live.
Right.
And I've known him since I'm one year old, like I said. So it's just very crazy that I can't meet him. We would go to Juhu Beach together as kids, and the beach is empty. It's beautiful right now, but we can't even go there and meet. I can't even see him without breaking the law right now. So,
correct.
So I think that he's one of the most important people in my life. So, he's my best friend. So, like Sriram said, I would want to meet him and just hit him. I don't know, do something.
Well, stay healthy, stay safe. We're gonna ride through these times. Hopefully, we're gonna come out wiser, more mature. It's true what you said, Sriram. Sriram was saying earlier how this is likely to change us. This experience will change us fundamentally, and hopefully it'll be for the wiser. We'll be more compassionate, perhaps. As people when we come out on the other side. But best of luck for your new film. I think in many ways the fact that you all hadn't started. I was talking to Shakun Batra and he was saying the same thing. His film, they were about to start. And he said, the fact that we hadn't started already is in some ways relief, because that would have been really hard. But all the best for 21. I hope you all get down to, to working on it soon. Varun, watch those films that Sriram has recommended. This is not a holiday. This is meant to be homework time. And all the best. Can't wait to see what you'll do together. You all made such a lovely film. Badlapur was so extraordinary. Can't wait to see what you'll do next. But stay, for the moment, stay healthy, stay safe. And next time we'll be doing this in person, hopefully in face to face.
Yeah, inshallah.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you
Sriram,
so much.
hopefully I'll see you in office soon.
Yes. Chalo,
Thank
see you
you.
guys.
Thank
Okay,
you.
guys.